Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Woo! Welcome to the Vital Voices headquarters for Global Women's Leadership. I'm Elise Nelson, proud president of the Vital Voices Global Partnership. And I am so thrilled to be here. This has been a 5-year journey. 5 years ago, we had a dream to create the first ever global embassy for women leaders. It was a dream that was so audacious that many people told us that's impossible. But if I have learned anything in the last 25 years of working with phenomenal, bold women leaders all over the globe, it is that impossible is just a word. And actually, I'm looking at you, Lena, and actually, audacious thinking, that is what the world needs right now. Vital Voices was created 25 years ago for and because of audacious women leaders, women who were bold enough to see a problem in their community and step up to take on the world's greatest challenges, from climate change to fighting gender-based violence to economic inequities. We knew then what I think the world is going to finally wake up to, that in every single community, there are women and girls who choose every day to step up, to right wrongs, and to give voice to those long silenced voices. Today marks a new beginning, because you know what? It is long time those voices are heard. And that their innovative solutions are scaled and replicated around the globe. This global embassy will be a safe haven, a resource, a gathering place, and I have no doubt the birthplace of the ideas that will shape the next 25 years. We are facing unprecedented global challenges, and they can only be addressed, be tackled, and overcome with unprecedented courage, vision, and leadership. Now, it is not lost on me that the same week that we are opening the doors to this building, the rights that my grandmother's generation fought for, my mother's generation fought for, and that I enjoyed, my own daughter and son may not. May this building, may this space be a constant reminder that we are not going back and that our voices cannot be silenced. We are right here in the seat of power, and today we are taking our rightful place of permanence. I want to, as I stand here, I can't help but think of the many founding mothers whose shoulders we are all standing on, and particularly one of our founding mothers, Secretary Madeleine Albright, whose, of course, birthday is next week. And I think about how we're standing on her shoulders, and this will continue her legacy. But I also know that we are gathered today with so many young leaders. And I know that they will come to this building, they will see her portrait, and so many other bold leaders. They will be inspired, they will learn, and they will plan their own path. Because it is up to them, that next generation, to be the generation of equality. And to the boys, so many little boys, my own son included, who walked with his sister and the girls that they support, because they will be the tipping point generation that decides enough is enough. It's time for gender equality, full stop. I want to give a huge shout out to our unbelievable staff who I am privileged to work with every day. Vital Voices team, raise your hands. Our phenomenal board board. Where are our incredible board members? I see Donna Langley. I see Sagra, Donna. Yes. Thank you for your trust in me and for cheering us on as we went on this journey over the last 5 years. I want to also thank the mayor for being here and for your leadership of this city, for showing us that you could be a badass mayor and a mother. Yeah. And to so many gathered here who made this a reality, standing here under this extraordinary building, which was built for women, by women, designed by women, funded by women. There were a few great male allies, too. And you are welcome in our building. But I want to single out one of those leaders in particular. Of course, Secretary Clinton. Our founding mother. We couldn't be here without you and your vision 25 years ago, 27 years ago, when you said that women's rights were human rights and human rights were women's rights once and for all. And to the extraordinary woman to her right. Diane von Furstenberg is a visionary. She's another badass, that's for sure. She also taught me that it's totally okay to say badass. She rallied so many people. She called all her friends and said, and let me tell you, she's got some powerful friends, said, you got to get behind this. This is where you got to be. She believed in this before there was ever a building. And I want to turn it over to the phenomenal Diane von Furstenberg.
They prepared these notes. I'm not going to use these words. Well, I'm very, very, very proud to be here. Washington, D.C., the capital of this country, the capital of power. And we have a building. And it's really, I mean, it's really quite amazing. I've been involved in Vital Voices for 15 years. Why? Because it shared the values that I have, the values that women, of course, for women equality, but also for being who we want to be and voicing it. I have always said that all women are strong. I have never met a woman who is not strong. But often they can't show it. It's a husband, a brother, circumstances, a religion. But then, all of a sudden, a tragedy happens. And the minute tragedy happens, women take over. One child here, 2 children here, the jewelry there, off we go. And so it's about celebrating women. It's not a hand-down. It's about being together so that we can realize our own strength, Because the most important relationship in life is the one we have with ourselves. It's within ourselves that we find the strength. It is within ourselves that we can change the world. A lot of individuals. So when you meet the people over the 15 years, I have met the women on the network of Vital Voices, and every time I meet them, I am just in awe. I just feel I haven't done anything. These women are incredible. They are lawyers, they are climate activists, they are filmmakers, they are politicians, and they are badass women. I mean, the first time I used this, I said, what is global, what is Vital Voices? And that's the way I call it. It's the global, it's the most powerful global network of badass women in 186 countries. Do you have an idea of what that power is? So let's not take it for granted. Let's just really use it. So it is, all right, I could be talking forever, but I'm not going to. So it is my privilege and my joy to introduce the woman who leads this incredible city, who I just met. So join me in welcoming the Mayor of the District of Columbia, Muriel Bowser.
Well, good morning, everybody. It is my distinct honor to represent 700,000 Washingtonians in celebrating the opening of this beautiful, historic building. I want to recognize all the amazing and brilliant women who join us today, including the incredible co-founder, Secretary Hillary Rodham Clinton. What a week we come together. Secretary, I know you've been on the minds of a lot of women this week. Actually, I woke up yesterday and tweeted something that I thought about you and how different everything should be. I've been thinking about something you said in 2019 in the Women in the World Summit when you were asked about optimism and leadership, and whether you focus too much on hope. And this was your response. You said, we always have to appeal to our better selves because the wolf is at the door. Negativity, despair, resentment, anger, prejudice, that's part of human nature. And the job of the leader is to appeal to us to be more than we can be on our own, to join hands in common effort. And I can't think of a better week to discuss and to remind ourselves of that, Madam Secretary, as leaders, as women, and as Americans who are committed to protecting the woman's right to choose. We are here today to celebrate the grand opening of this grand building and what Vital Voices has represented in the world for 25 years. I'm proud that the district could do our part, that we could support the building of the building with revenue bonds, and that you have joined what we nicknamed on this street, Equality Corridor. And it speaks to the fact that we're surrounded by neighbors, both past and present, who have had a profound influence on movements for progress, including civil rights, women's suffrage, and LGBTQ rights, and more. Just a couple of blocks away, you'll find the Mary McLeod Bethune Council House. Also an historic site a few blocks further, you're going to find the Human Rights Campaign headquarters, and just down the street is Black Lives Matter Plaza, leading all the way to the White House. So we're gathered here on Equality Corridor, and we're happy to welcome Vital Voices to Washington, our nation's capital, and soon to be the 51st state. I want to congratulate all the women of Vital Voices, all the women who have helped with the design, the construction, the funding, and the message. And we are, of course, reminded every single day that women's rights are indeed human rights. I had the occasion recently, as Secretary Clinton helped celebrate the wonderful, amazing life of Madeleine Albright, to be in the room. The Secretary followed two presidents in speaking. I heard a U.S. Senator who was seated near me say, "Now here comes the powerhouse." So ladies and gentlemen, here comes the powerhouse. Secretary Hillary Rodham Clinton.
a day. Oh my gosh, this is such an amazing celebration. And I look out at all of you who are part of the grand opening of the Vital Voices Global Headquarters for Women's Leadership. 25 years ago, it was an idea. It was a vision. It started out of conversations that Madeleine Albright and I and Milan Verveer and Teresa Lohr and Swanee Hunt and others had about what can we do to create a network that supports women leaders across the globe. How do we empower and enable women who are on the front lines as change makers? How do we keep their spirits up? How do we help them keep going? Because we all need that, don't we? And as the mayor so rightly said, this equality corridor is both a reminder of how far we have come and a rebuke to all who would try to turn the clock back on the progress in advancing human rights and civil rights, human dignity and human freedom, and particularly women's equality. Now, I know this is a quite ironic week for us to be opening the headquarters, but in a way it's probably appropriate because no advance is ever permanent. There are always forces at work to turn the clock back, particularly on women. And we know there still is a double standard about what is or is not expected and appropriate for how women make the choices in our own lives. So as we open this headquarters, I want us not only to think of it as a building, and it is a beautiful building. Elise Nelson, who has done this amazing job leading the organization, and all those who work with her, have truly produced a fabulous place for women to come and convene, to talk, to argue, to reach consensus, and then to go out and continue to be change makers. And with leaders like Diane von Furstenberg, my friend, who saw this vision, just like she saw the vision of a wrap dress, which liberated a lot of women back in the day. I certainly remember that. We are looking to bring in the leaders of tomorrow. There's a T-shirt on this little girl. If she would just come right out here for a minute. And the T-shirt says, "You see a girl, I see the future." And that's what we want this building to represent. So thank you for being here to celebrate it, but more than that, we want you to be part of the work. And I also want to include the men in this crowd and those across not just this city and country, but the world, who are the allies, who work and support in solidarity all the change makers who themselves understand the importance of promoting and nurturing the very best in all of us. Because part of what we want to do with this building and everything that will go on inside of it is to bring people together across the divides that are polarizing us. And who benefits from that? The people who want to turn the clock back. The people who want to strip away rights instead of expanding and celebrating them. And we're not going back. And we are not giving in. And we're going to do everything we can to organize and agitate and motivate everyone we can reach so that the forward movement of progress that has been the hallmark of this great country of ours. For every step forward, yeah, sometimes there was a step back, but then we kept pushing forward. We didn't give in. We never gave up. You know, one of my heroines in American history, Harriet Tubman, who escaped from slavery and then kept going back to rescue others. The legend is that she would say to these escaping men and women and children who she took responsibility for to bring to freedom, no matter what happens on the journey, keep going. If you hear the dogs, keep going. If you hear gunshots, keep going all the way to freedom. And it is our profound commitment that we are all going to keep going to freedom and equality on behalf of every man, woman, and child in this country and the world. So let's open the building.
All right, so I want to invite Milk up here. The phenomenal, iconic Milk.
How's everyone doing? I'm so emotional. I'm holding back tears. This is the best place to be this week. I am sure we can all agree. It's very comforting to hear such powerful women speak words of wisdom. It's an honor to sing for you all. This song is called Power. As Secretary Clinton said, advancement is not permanent, but I do know one thing that is permanent, and it is the power within women to continue pushing progress forward. So as I sing this, I hope you feel your internal power and tap into it, because we can keep going. Take the power back, baby. Fall so in love with your inner lady. Don't sense chasing what we could have been. Let these battles make a champion. Say hello like it's the first time that we met. You're so beautiful, I won't leave you again. Ooh, I'm finally seeing who I am. I feel the power coming back. I hold my heart in my own hands. I feel the power coming back. Power, ooh, power, ooh. Let's give it up for Rebecca here. No matter your features, we're all the same tender loving creatures, taking steps upon the earth. Don't need anyone to tell you what you're worth. Say hello like it's the first time that you met. You're so beautiful, I won't leave you again. Ooh. The power coming back. I hold my heart in my own hands. I feel the power coming back. Power, ooh, power, ooh, power, ooh. Wondering, is she gonna lead us into a little sing-along? And you are right, my friends. Clear your throats, open your chakras. You sing the word power because I believe it is growing and thriving within you. So let's let it out today together in community. What a gift to be together and to sing this together again. Ready? So just power, all right? I'm gonna sing power and you repeat it. I'll go power, and then you go power. Yes, power, power, hope you carry that power within you for the rest of the day and for the days to come. Thank you so much for having me. I'm Milk. It is an honor. Thank you. Thank you.
So one last piece of business. Whereas, along the constant support of fellow trailblazing women, leaders like Vital Voices Chair Diane von Furstenberg, former First Lady Hillary Clinton, the United States Senator and Secretary of State, and so many more. The grand opening of this headquarters will build trust, spark creativity, and embrace bold ideas. As Mayor of the District of Columbia, I therefore proclaim Thursday, May 5th, 2022 is Vital Voices Day in Washington, D.C.